I, in fact, was muted. I'm a genius. Pure genius here. Okay, so let's try that again. Um, with spooky season coming up, Spooky, you should debut your PNG tuber just in time for the season. It will be your season after all. Um, and I said we'll have a fun time with this session because, last week was so much fun. And I'm pretty sure we'll rapidly approach the first possible ending just on the basis. It's fantastic being able to hear you from your room IRL just before the stream. You know what? Shut the fuck up. Anyways, fuck. You know what? It doesn't matter what I was gonna say. We'll just move on. When I came to, I'm standing with my phone in hand. While I wait for the ringing in my ears to subside, I check the date and time on my phone screen. August 11th, 2:21 p.m. Alright, now I have 2 more days. As a matter of fact, I leapt twice. First to 2 p.m. on the 13th when the time machine was completed. From there, I leapt an additional 48 hours to 2 p.m. on the 11th. It is my first consecutive leap, but it seems to have gone well. I immediately head downstairs to see Suzuha. I'm relieved to see that her hand isn't burned. When I explain the situation, Suzuha races to Radikon to confirm my story. After she realizes I'm telling the truth, I take her back to the lab and have her repeat the explanation she gave us before I time leaped. We came to the conclusion that all we can do right now is try our best to repair Suzuha's time machine. Let's go take a look. Dari is unusually enthusiastic. I guess Suzuha's talk of attractor fields and diverging and correcting history's mistakes got his blood pumping. Hold on, everyone. My god, the game is loud in my ears. Let me turn it down. Here we go. Hold on, everyone. Mayuri stops as she's about to leave the blah 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 blah. Yeah. Guys, aren't we forgetting something? Like what? What about Suzu-san's dad? Oh, right. I thought Suzuha was lying about that. But when I turn to her, she looks away. That doesn't matter now, does it? It does, too. I mean, it'll take time to fix the time machine, won't it? Should we all help Suzu-san find her dad in the meantime? Right? Oh, Mayuri. But when I show reluctance, Mayuri's puffs... What? Mayuri's puffs out her cheeks? Don't be like that, Okarin. You need to keep your promise. What promise? We promised, remember? We said we'll all look for Suzu-san's dad. That's right. You convinced her to stay by promising to help look for her father. Yeah, I remember. I know Suzu-san has a mission and stuff, but I think she also came because she really wanted to meet her dad. Maybe she wants to make that happen. If Mayuri feels that strongly about it, there's no way I can refuse. Shina Mayuri, you're such a nice girl. Suzuha sniffles. You're right. I thought I could find him if I came to this town. I know that he was in Akihabara in 2010. So your father's real? Rintaro. Of course he is. At this age, he's probably still young and cool. His name was Beryl Titter, right? Yeah, that's right. Well, A foreigner? No, I'm pretty sure he's Japanese. Barrel Titter is his codename in the Resistance. I don't think he's using it yet. So that's why Suzuha called herself John Titter. I don't know his real name. Some daughter, huh? Suzuha looks like she's about to cry for an instant, but she quickly covers it with a bitter smile. He died before he could tell me. Oof. Hearing that, I realize how hellish the world she came from must be. What about your surname, Amane? That was my mother's maiden name. So you have no leads? Leads. Oh, there is one thing. Suzuha claps her hands together and starts patting her pockets. A few seconds later, she reaches into one and pulls out a pin. I've seen Suzuha fiddling with it before. It's just a regular pin, the kind you stick on your hat or bag. There's something written on it. It reads Ajma 7010. This belonged to my dad. Memento. Google it, Daru. Daru runs a search, but gets only incomprehensible foreign sites. He was scaring Haki about it, so I think we can exclude the foreign sites. Okay, got it. He narrows the search down to Japanese sites. But even then, none of the results look relevant. Nothing. But this has to be some kind of hint. With Suzuha's permission, I take a picture of the pin. Okay. All in favor of helping Suzuha find her... blah blah blah. Suzuha-san find her dad? I want to argue that there's no time for that, but Mayuri is right when she says that the time machine won't be ready for a while. I guess there's no harm in letting her have her way. After all, there's no point in running, not even with 2 days head start. Even if I dragged Mayuri to the ends of the earth, we wouldn't be able to escape her death. I know that now. God, I miss 2010 Google. Do you? No objections. Thanks, Ocarine. Daddy raises his hand in agreement. So does Kurisu. It's decided. We'll help Suzuha find her father. Everyone, thank you. But I want to be clear that my mission to 1975 comes first. That was my dad's final wish, after all. So if we still haven't found him by the time repairs are complete, I think we should give up. Is that okay? Are you sure? If we still haven't found him by then, it was just... blah 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 blah. It just wasn't meant to be. It's a relief to hear Suzuha say that. So where do we start? The pin is our only hint. We'll hit every store in Akiba that sells things like this. Maybe someone will know where it came from. What kind of stores? Akiba is full of niche stores where you can find strange and cool accessories. It's hard to sneak into Radicon in the daytime. There isn't a crowd out front like before, but pedestrian traffic remains constant. It takes us about 30 minutes to find a way in. Kurisu is back at the lab, working on the time leap machine. It needs to be complete by 2 p.m. on the 13th. If she's late, it could affect my ability to time leap, which will lower my chances of saving Mayuri. Speaking of Mayuri, she wandered off somewhere in search of Suzuha's father. How does it look? I call to Daru, who's examining the flooded time machine, while Suzuha and I keep a lookout. Daru calls out of the machine, is covered in sweat, and his breath... and his breathing is heavy. Well, Why can't I have words? We quickly help pull his large body out. The time machine is completely visible from the street. If someone were to see us up here, they might report us to the police. It's been 2 weeks since the satellite appeared, but Akiba still has tourists who come just to see it. We need to take care not to be noticed. It's so freaking hot in there. It's worse than a sauna. Spend too much time in there and I'll return into Daru Turkey. By the way, it's not gonna fall or anything, right? The time machine is balanced precariously on the ledge, but the police have hooked up support wires, so Daru probably has nothing to worry about. Can it be fixed? Well, I still don't know for sure, but there is one thing I noticed just now. It's built kind of like the phone wave. That means there's a chance, right? I said I'm not sure. I need to poke around some more. Daru, Supahaka. Everything depends on your skills now. You're the super hacker who will save the world. In 2036, people will worship you instead of Kurisu, the mother of the time machine. It's hacker. How many times do I have to tell you? Anyway, you have 2 days. Do whatever it takes, Daru. I place my hand on Daru's shoulder and look straight into his eyes. Your only hope. No promises, ma'am. And why 2 days? Well, because that's when Mayuri will die, but I can't say that. In 2 days, the weather conditions will be perfect for creating the ring singularity. If we miss that window, we won't have another chance until next year. Nice excuse, Suzu, huh? But precisely. Fix it in 2 days? That's just nuts. But if you do, you'll earn the right to a date with Ferris. Can you fix it? No problem. Great. Now I just need to figure out how I'm going to convince Ferris. Well, asterisk A 7010. We're searching for something with the same cryptic logo as this mysterious pin. Honestly, I didn't think it would be this difficult. Akiba has plenty of niche stores, but they're all for electronic goods and PC parts. There aren't that many selling accessories like Shizuha's pen. We check every one we can find, but come up empty-handed. None of the store employees have any idea where it came from either. We even check nearby neighborhoods like Ueno and Asakusa. Nothing. Shizuha and I return to the lab with heavy hearts. God. Welcome back. Kurisu emerges from the development room to greet us. She's alone. From the looks on your faces, I guess you didn't find anything. Where's Daru? He hasn't come back yet. It's already dark, so maybe he went straight home. Come on, game. It's too dark to work at Radicon now. We can't use lights because that would be too conspicuous to the people below. Mayuri isn't around. Is she making any progress in the search for Shizuha's father? I feel bad. There's no time for this. It's not for you. We're doing it to save Mayuri. Yeah. I start up Daru's computer and search the net for communities of people who collect unique pins. I'll investigate tomorrow based on the information I find. There's a pin collecting group on a site called Freepada, where everyone shows off their collections. I post there asking for information. Oh boy. I'm sleeping on the couch when a loud alarm rings in my ears. Is it certain? Oh god. I jump up and see Kurisu and Shizuha. Casey is holding her phone. That's the source of the sound. Good morning. Her sour expression says it's not good at all. I wish she'd pull herself in my shoes. I wish she'd put herself in my shoes and see what it's like to be woken up suddenly like that. I checked the time on my phone. It was just before 7 a.m. You came to wake me up? Thanks. I didn't do it for you. I asked her to wake you up, Okabe Rintaro. There's something I want to show you. I realize there's a strange object sitting on the table in front of me. What's this? A divergence meter. The numbers indicate the divergence value of the current world line. The meter displays 0.337187%. Divergence is measured from my original world line, which corresponds to 0. You made this? No. I brought it with me from 2036. These are Nixie tubes, right? Whoever made this has taste. I'd happily dub it Future Gadget number 9. How exactly does it work? It shouldn't be possible to measure changes like that. Suzuha shrugs. I don't know either. You don't know? Can you guess who made it? How should I know? You did, Okabe Rintaro. Huh? You made it, 11 years from now. It apparently works the same way your special power does. Huh. So this meter lets other people check world line divergence? I wish. I'm pretty sure only Okabe Rintaro would notice if the number changed. What? Then there's no point. Make something useful for once, Okabe. I ignored Kadesi's complaints to look at the meter again. This is something I made. 15 years have passed since I completed it. 11 years will pass so before I complete it. It's a strange feeling. Only the person who made it knows how it works. Wait 11 years. I shall have figured it out by then. Have you met me in the future? She did say I was an infamous terrorist in 2036. For some reason, Suzuha's expression darkens momentarily. No. Never. So, why are you showing me this? When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it to the beta world line. Ooh. 1%. Right. Reach 1% divergence, and you'll save Shina Mayuri. I stare at the glowing red numbers. They don't budge. Just another 0.6%. It seems so easy. When there are 6 digits after the decimal point, and no tens place, what does that mean? Something tells me it won't be as easy as it looks. You can have it. No point in me carrying it around. I hope you'll find a use for it. Based on recommendations from the BBS thread, I spend the morning visiting stores in Akiba. My destinations run the gamut from otaku stores packed with anime goods to souvenir shops full of Olympic memorabilia. I've even visited a few that specialize in locally manufactured goods. But although I hit just about every kind of store that could be considered niche, I'm unable to find anything that resembles Suzuha's pin. Maybe I should go all the way to Ikebukuro or Nakano. I start heading back to the lab, but just then, a street vendor catches my eye. The storekeeper is a foreigner covered in tattoos. The table next to him is covered with accessories and other fashion items. This is the first time I've seen such a stylish street stand in Akiba. Most vendors just sell random junk. It's not like I have anything to lose, so I walk over and check out the selection. Among the various accessories, I see a number of metal pins. What a coincidence. Could he have a pin like Suzu has? I don't see the Ojma 7010 logo on any of the displayed accessories, but I better ask just to be sure. He's a foreigner, so maybe I should use English? Our eyes meet. His are as bright and blue as the sky. I quickly look away. Damn, he must think I'm a coward. Better get this over with. I don't know if I should read that. Oh god. Hello, modern virus. Yes, happy Friday. Aw, so sweet. I hope you have an amazing weekend too. Thank you so much for popping by. It's nice to see ya here. I hope you also enjoyed Ayumi's stream earlier. I didn't get to watch it because I was busy. Mm. Fucking, hey master, I'm a mad scientist. So cool. Son of a bitch. Need to make that a sound alert? Oh god. Maybe. It would have to be bits though, because I only have 5 slots that I can do for channel points. Can I help you? He smiles a wide, toothy smile. Nice teeth. And answers in Japanese. I was hoping for more of a reaction. I have a question, if you don't mind. I take the photocopy of Suzuha's pin out of my pocket. Does this look familiar? The man stares at it for a while, then shrugs and shakes his head in an exaggerated manner typical of Westerners. I want to know where it came from. Can you help me find out? Remember. Sorry. It's a little difficult, eh? It was fun. Saw you were on. Figured I'd say hi. I appreciate it. I'm glad you had fun with the Yumi stream too, though. What is he saying? By the way, where'd you get that thing? That's what I want to know. I'll compensate you. I'm sorry. He apologizes in broken Japanese. It looks like this is another dead end. Just in case, I give him my contact information and ask him to get in touch if he finds out anything. Then I turn to leave. Okabe Rintaro. Suzuha's standing a short distance away. Just holding a drink. It's my favorite. Doc Pete. No, wait, that's cola. That's how I would feel if I were given cola. I don't like cola. Betrayal. Sup? Want a drink? I accept the offer and quench my thirst while leaning on the roadside fence. Last time I saw her, Suzuha was on her way to Kanda to continue the search. How long has she been standing here? Anything? Nope. So what's that with your English back there? It sounded dumb. So cool. Is that standard English in this era? Of course not. Oh, so it's an Okabe Runtaro original. There's no overseas travel in my time, so I wouldn't know. Oof. No overseas travel? What? You mean at all? Wait. Wait, what? I'll wait. I'll drink some dog pee while I wait. I think the son of a bitch might be a JoJo reference. It could be. I feel like a lot of things tend to be JoJo references, and I don't know. There have been JoJo references in Steins Gate already, though, so if you think it might be, it might be. It probably is. Pretty much. Travel permits are hard to get, and they never issue one for a vacation. They've never seen a foreigner before coming to this time. So in the future, no one's allowed to leave Japan. Japan was like that a few centuries ago, too, when the Tokugawa shogunate closed the country to the west. It sounds like CERN set international relations back hundreds of years. Quack. Quack. Perhaps that's why there's no war in Suzuha's time. It's hard for conflicts to emerge when races and cultures can't interact. It sounds kind of like a prison with invisible walls, guarded by CERN and the Committee of 300. I mean, ending war is obviously a good thing, but... Anyway, there's no point thinking about the distant future now. I got hiccups. We need to come up with a new plan. The sunlight beats on my head, making it hard to think. I feel like I'm standing in a sauna. Why does the sun hate me so much? Shining in the center of the sky like he owns the damn place. Damn it, why can't we find any information on that pin? I suppose it's no skin off my back if we don't find Suzuha's father. As long as Dare fixes the time machine, nothing else matters. So why do I feel so bad about my lack of progress? I really don't know. Maybe I'm just frustrated by my own powerlessness. I can't save Mayuri. I can't fix Suzuha's time machine. I can't even help Kurisu with a time leap upgrade. So what am I good for? The only thing I can do is help Suzuha find her father. Maybe the pin is nearer than we think. I mean, maybe it hasn't been made yet. Suzuha stretches, then looks at me with a calm smile. Maybe I'm not meant to meet him. I mean, we tried everything and still no sign. It's just not in the cards, I guess. I feel a surge of anger at her words. Here I'm stewing in self-loathing, and she acts like it doesn't matter. How can you give up? We still have one more day. Why are you getting mad? Everyone's fighting for you. Don't you get it? Me? I want to prioritize Mayuri over everything else. But you're still a lab mem, a friend. When a friend's in trouble, you want to help them. That's how Mayuri felt. And I agree. That's why I'm searching. So how dare you be the first to give up? You don't have to yell. Don't disappoint me like this. I tell myself to calm down. This is just my own feelings of impotence boiling over. There's no time for this. I'm sorry, but maybe you should think about how I feel. I realize that we have an audience. Some pedestrians are grinning at us, like they think we're a bickering couple or something. I take a deep breath. You're right. I shouldn't have said that. Dots. It's too awkward to make eye contact. So I look around, pretending to think. Alright, what next? I wonder how the other lab mems are progressing. I'm especially concerned about Daru. Depending on the situation, he might need some relief. He's been working in the heat for hours, so we should bring him something cold to drink. And then there's Mayuri. She's been working alone, trying to find some information on Suzuha's father. If I close my eyes, I can still recall her deaths, in every detail. I resist the urge to pound my head against the wall. Although we still have over 24 hours before that happens, I can't help but worry about leaving her alone. But currently all I can do is search for that pin. We decided to try Ikebukuro as our last stop for today. It would be nice to visit home, but I don't have the time. Besides, Suzuha's with me. Our search turns up nothing. As the evening wears on without a single lead, Suzuha and I grow quieter and quieter. We're exhausted from walking, and we can't shake the feeling that all our efforts are futile. This isn't good. By the way, I try stirring up conversation. I should get to her. I should get her to talk about the future. After all, she is a time traveler. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Remember how shocked Kurisu was to learn that she only lives to be 44? And I was told that I become a terrorist. Am I really famous in 2036? As a terrorist? Oh. So what did I do to be called a terrorist? You rebelled against CERN. You're actually one of the founding members of the Resistance, just like my dad. I helped found the Resistance. I guess that makes sense given what we're going through now. Suzuha is from the future of this timeline, where Mayuri is doomed to die, and where CERN forces Kurisu to build a time machine. In such a future, how could I not rebel against CERN? Rebellion against the system, destruction of order, a new age of chaos. Weren't those my ambitions as a mad scientist? How stupid. Stupid? How can I still be chasing some Chunibyo fantasy when I couldn't even save Mayuri? You're fighting to free humanity. I think that's a noble cause. Suzuha is part of the resistance I form. Does that mean she's my subordinate in the future? What sort of man am I? Suzuha's expression darkens. I said we never met. Remember? Never. Never. You were killed by CERN in 2025. I was killed by the same people who killed Mayuri. They had no reservations about murdering an innocent girl. I thought they would hesitate to kill a terrorist. Maybe I should have told you sooner. Understand? If you don't change the future, you're going to die in 15 years. Shina Mayuri will die. You will die. Magase Kurisu will be a slave to CERN. Ends badly for every lab mem. That's an uncomfortably close date. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all future dates are, but 2025? It's just 3 years away, yeah. What about Daru? I don't remember hearing about him. I have heard legends of a wizard-class hacker, though. Though I don't understand what wizard class means in the first place. Wizard class. I coined that term. I can imagine Daru slowly insinuating himself into every corner of the internet until until he becomes a godlike virtual presence that not even CERN can comprehend. Anyway, I don't want that to happen to you guys. That's one more reason I need to find an IBM 5100 and change the future. Until I came to this time, you guys were just stories, history, but now, you're my friends. I want to save you. Appreciated. You are a lab mem, now, and forevermore. Thanks. Oh boy. Da-da-da. Are you sure I can finish the time leap machine in a day? We still haven't found our lifter substitute, remember? I can't complete the upgrade without it. I already told Kurisa that I was confident in her ability to complete the time machine on time. But it occurs to me I forgot to tell her about the 42-inch CRT. Our lifter is the 42-inch CRT downstairs. The electrical discharge phenomenon occurs when it's turned on, so don't worry about it. Just finish the upgrade. There, that should do it. I sent her a reply and decided to keep searching for the pin with Suzuha just a bit longer. Time is quickly running out. Is there anything more that we can do? It's early evening, but the roof of Radicon is still hotter than hell. Then I provide Dodry with a refreshing gift of Dr. P. A frown appears on his sweaty face. You're supposed to give me an ice-cold 0-calorie cola. Common sense, man. I forgot he's a cola guy. No sense letting it go to waste. I drank the Dr. P myself. Dodry and Suzuha start discussing the time machine. Mayuri and I watch from a short distance away. Hey, Okarin. Isn't it amazing that the satellite was the time machine? Yeah, I guess so. I thought that Tudor's time machine was a car, a 1970s Chevy. It never even occurred to me to suspect the satellite. I should know better than to take anything for granted. In retrospect, the satellite was suspicious from the start. Not only had it appeared out of nowhere, but Tudor only started posting afterwards. I'm disappointed in myself for not realizing the connection. I'm glad Suzu-san wasn't hurt in the crash. I doubt it was anything like a crash. It probably just appeared there, displacing the wall, which then collapsed around it. After all, the time machine isn't self-propelled, it doesn't fly. I heard it's really hard to drive. I guess she heard that from Suzuha. Oh boy, add hell. You were gifted a sub, weren't you? Why are you dealing with ads if you were given a sub? I'll wait for you though, but like... Bruh. Back from ad. Aren't you subbed? Why are you dealing with ads? Because I was gifted a sub when Nigiri wasn't. Well then, obviously you should gift Nigiri a sub. And Nigiri's logged on the Switch. Yeah. Are the gravitational whatchamacallit coordinates, or does a teensy bit off, the whole time machine becomes a jelly man and goes bloop? Oh dear. And she even said her time machine's unstable, since it's not a CERN model. You don't have Twitch sub money? It's cheaper now. I think it's like $3.99 because it's September. But I guess that's for like subbing yourself. I don't think it applies to gift subs. I'm worried about her trip to 1975. Do you think I should go with her? I wonder if I'd fit. What would you do in 1975? I cheer Susa-san on, of course. I'd hold her hand super tight and tell her everything's going to be okay. Mayuri is so cute. Oh my god. Something tells me she won't be much help. That won't be. Hey, Okarin, do you think the time machine has a name? Oh my. A name. That's the least of what I want to know about the time machine. Time permitting, I'd like to spend a whole day picking Suzuha's brain. I'm pretty sure John Titter's time machine had a model number. But the Titter from 2000 might not have been Suzuha. There was no John Titter in 2000 on this world line, after all. Although, I suppose it's possible that Suzuha will drop by 2000 after traveling to 1975. If you want to know, just ask Titter. Oh, yeah, my issue didn't think of that. Mayuri giggles, then runs off to talk to Suzuha. She comes back quickly. Yep, it has a name. What is it? FG204 something something, she said. Something something. Anyway, don't you think Daru-kun and Suzuha-san are a good match? Huh? Mayuri, it's not good to ship your friends. Huh? Same reaction. Mayuri's jumping all over the place today. I look at Daru and Suzuha again. How do you figure? Daru's all about Ferris, you know. Oh, really? She tilts her head to the side. Good grief. Mayuri and I aren't of any use. I would prefer to leave Daru and Suzuha to it and resume the search for Suzuha's father, but Mayuri seems happy just sitting here. We don't have any leads on the pin or its owner. Maybe 2 days just aren't enough. No, that's quitter's talk. Like I told Suzuha, I don't want to give up. Besides, even if we don't get the information we need this time, I can use the time leap machine to repeat these 2 days until we do. Oh yeah, Mayuri. What happened to your costumes? There's only a few more days until Komima. I remember Mayuri pulling all-nighters to get her costume done. Has that changed? I already made 2 costumes. One for Kaede-chan and one for Fubuki-chan. Weren't you making a 3rd one for Lukako? Yeah, I was. But I couldn't convince her, so I gave up this time. Hey, can Mayushi take a closer look at the time machine? Just don't get in their way. Okie dokie. Cute. Cute, cute. Mary beams happily, then runs over to the time machine. She's acting like this is a field trip. Behind her, the sun glows dark and orange on the horizon. It's quite a view from up here. After a few minutes watching the sunset in silence, I realize that Suzuha is standing beside me. She must have come over as Mayuri left. The shadows are long and murky. Hashida Yutaru's amazing. He said if things go well, he'll be... I didn't finish reading that. He said if things go well, he could have the time machine fixed by tomorrow. He's a man who gets things done. And he looks so unhealthy and slow. Don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, I have a better impression of him now. Hey. There's something I want to say, and I feel like I'll never get another chance. Why so melodramatic? I'm really grateful to you. All of you. When I came to this time, I didn't know anyone. I was all alone in a world completely different from my own. This era is so peaceful. That's a wonderful thing. But it scared me. All I knew was the fight against CERN. But now I have friends. Real friends. Who I can share my secrets with. All those people who lived before I was born are working so hard for my sake. It's a strange feeling, but a happy one, too. I wanted you to know that. Shizuha's tone is wistful. Why? I try to speak, but she continues before I can. Living with you guys in this time, it's been really fun. When I met you, you were all so strange and unique and over the top. I was kinda shocked at first, actually. But before I knew it, I started to enjoy spending time with you. 2036 is peaceful too. People don't even fight anymore. Did you know that? How could I? I'm not even alive in 2036, right? Oh, right. Sorry. Anyway, people don't fight, ever, about anything. All forms of conflict, war included, have vanished, poof, without a trace. Instead, everyone has dead eyes, like fish. No one has ambition, nobody dreams. They just trudge through their lives without a single complaint. No, sure, people smile, but they never get angry or sad. There's no individuality. Everyone's a robot. You got really mad at me before, remember? I was really surprised, but at the same time, I was really happy. You're a strange girl. I guess so. Suzuho looks at the time machine. Daddy and Mayuri are standing next to it, talking cheerfully about something or another. You're all so bright and full of life. I envy you. Shina Mayuri, Hashida Itaru, even Makase Kurisu, and you, of course you. I read that wrong, and of course you. Don't be ridiculous. There's nothing enviable about me. I'm worthless. I can't even save Mayuri. I want to be more like you. If you ask me, you're the amazing one. I'm happy to hear you say that. It's thanks to you, all of you, that I'm still going strong. Being a lab mem, even for just a little while, was great. She smiles then, a soft, sad smile that tears at my heart. What does it mean? Being with you guys, even for just a little while, was great. Suzuha? Change the future, Okaberu Toro. Make it a world like this one, where people can be free. Hey, come on. Why are you being so sentimental? Does she not want to go to 1975? But I mean, she's got a time machine, so can't she just come back afterwards? Even as I think it, I realize how wrong I am. Of course. When Suzuho completes her mission and brings us the IBM 5100, the world line will change. The future will be rewritten, and the 2036 she knows will cease to exist. To hear her describe it, the future is an awful place, but even so, it was her home. She has friends there, I'm sure, comrades in arms, and memories of her father, Beryl Titter. All of that will be lost to her forever. No wonder she's getting sentimental. After we fix the time machine, let's have a party. Thanks. And yet, she's still smiling that sorrowful smile. Afterwards, I hit the streets again in search of the pin. But the day ended without a single lead, so I reluctantly returned to the lab and tried searching the internet. A couple of hours later, and still no luck. So far, I've accomplished absolutely nothing. My frustration is mounting. I can timely begin, but will that really help us find Suzuha's father? An unfamiliar number. Who is it? It's me. Oh. Hi, Mr. Okabe Rintaro. The voice is heavily accented. I can barely make it out. Who is this guy? CERN? No, calm down. I jump to my feet and scan the room, then run to the window and check the road below. No suspicious figures in sight. Kurisu comes out of the development room and gives me a questioning look, but I wait for her back inside. Sir, what is that? I gulp and carefully choose my words. Identify yourself. You, one more afternoon, came to your came to our factory, make inquiry, tell me your telephone number, you know? What are you saying? Oh god. No, wait. I've heard this broken Japanese before. The strange Japanese filters through my brain, connecting synapses. That's right. It's that foreign street vendor I met this afternoon in Akiba. Identified. Nice to meet you. Oh, you're welcome. I do custom work. Yesterday night, a guest came here I remembered. That guest was, please make pin batch, say one you had. I don't quite get what he's saying, but he seems really excited about it. I'll head there right now. I go to the same spot as before. Although his stand has already closed, the Westerner is waiting for me. Aww, how sweet. Oh, Okabe, hello. Where did that guest of yours go? Client come here was yesterday time. The blue-eyed white man shrugs his shoulders. So was yesterday. He contacted me because he remembered. What's his contact info? His name and address. Poison. Guess just for simulation. Private information have nothing. Poison. So last night someone came by wanting to make metal pins with the same design as Caesar has. But he died of poisoning? Or the guess was just a simulation. So there's no private information? I'm not following. Japanese very studious in awarding private information became nervous and serious, yes? That doesn't help. If guest had give name or telephone number, however, no leak. That is business. Fatigue suddenly weighs down my shoulders. I don't understand a word he's saying anymore. My head is full of question marks. In hindsight, I should have brought Kurisu to speak English for me. Yeah, actually, that would have helped a lot, wouldn't have it? I guess I'll just have to wing it. What did your customer look like? Man? Woman? Well, so young. Or so middle. Japanese have young face. Just by look, no understand. Why is this broken English so funny to me? Anything else? Um, maybe a judo fighter? Or pro wrestler? Is this gonna be Mr. Braun? What? Judo? Pro wrestler? What do you mean by that? Yes. That wasn't a yes no question. What the hell do you mean? Ah, balloon. What's balloon? Balloon? Judo? Pro wrestling? Good. No, not good. Are you trying to confuse me? I want to ask more questions, but the foreigner suddenly sees a policeman walking by and runs off. I considered chasing him, but decided against it to avoid police attention. I give up. The search has hit a dead end, and we have barely any time to find the barrel titter. We can timely begin starting about 2 p.m. tomorrow. Looks like all I can do is wait until Christina's done working, and then leap to the time this suspicious character appears at the stand. Oh yeah, that's an option, huh? Kurisu carefully connects the two cords she's holding. Done. The time leap machine is complete. It's 2:30 p.m. on the 13th, about 20 minutes later than before. Kurisu walks into the lounge with a satisfied look on her face. It's just her, me, and Suzuha in the lab. Hanadori and Mighty head to Radikan, ostensibly to work on the time machine. So that's the time leap machine. Suzuha gazes at the now complete machine in awe. I've already explained to her how time leaping works. It's as different as can be from Suzuha's time machine, which can physically displace actual bodies. It makes you remember the future, right? That's pretty interesting. Suzuha crosses her hands behind her head and looks up at the ceiling. Intuition, sixth sense, deja vu. I wonder if those things are actually you recalling future memories. Some of CERN's researchers in my time came up with the theory that memories are a way of sharing information across road lines. Maybe it's similar to that. I just wish we knew more about Okabe's reading Steiner thing. Is it unique to Okabe? Or does everyone have the potential for it and Okabe is just stronger by coincidence? One thing's for certain. My consciousness leaps to the past along with my memories. I still don't understand why that is. It would make more sense if you experience a change in the present, like you do when we send an email. Does your consciousness depend on your memories? The problem is that consciousness doesn't have a form that we can see. Same goes for the soul. Those things are still in the realm of religion. Even in 2036, the existence of the soul hasn't been proven. Nobody's proven what forms consciousness either. I see. That's a little disappointing. Sending my consciousness back has left me change some future events with more precision than email, but other events are locked in by convergence. I can change the method of Mayuri's death, but never the fact that she dies. That's not how it works. The future is always determined. Then why does the path there change? Because the world line changes. When you leap into the past and take different actions from before, divergence changes, if only a little bit. In most cases, that fluctuation won't amount to more than 0.000001% on the divergence meter. Small changes might not register at all. When you change the cause, the effect merely shifts to a separate, already existing world line. Since those two world lines are almost exactly the same, you barely feel any difference. So is that why reading Steiner didn't react? It's not like their previous world line disappears. It keeps existing as another possible world line. That's the many worlds interpretation, right? In any case, they're not parallel worlds. So is the future reconstructed? I guess you could say that. I'm confused again. Maybe it's impossible for me to fully understand the structure of the universe. Anyway, that's enough discussion. It's time for me to leap again. I explain the situation to Kurisu and have her activate the time leap machine immediately. It's the night of the 11th. I went back about 40 hours. My objective is to keep watch on the street vendor stand in the hope that Suzuha's father might appear. I sent Suzuha elsewhere. I don't want her to be disappointed if I come up empty-handed. I'm standing out of sight a short distance away from the stand, munching on energy bars and soy milk to appease my growling stomach. I've already been here for 2 hours. I forgot to ask for the exact time the suspicious character appeared, so I had to begin my stakeout before sunset. It's now 8 p.m. and the stand looks like it's about to close. Is this another waste of time? Did that foreigner give me false information? But just as I'm finishing my milk, someone approaches the stand. Is that? I jump out of cover. Daru. Okarin. Daru jumps in surprise. But I'm the only one who's really shocked here. What are you doing here? I was gonna ask the same question. The storekeeper is looking at us funny, so we decided to change locations. Alright, Daru. What were you doing at that street stand? Don't tell me you were trying to counterfeit duplicates of Titter's pin. Fine. I won't tell you then. So that's what happened. Daru was the suspicious character the foreigner told me about. So all that stuff about judo, pro wrestling, and balloons was referring to Daru's size. Could he have been more confusing? Damn, it was all for nothing. Good thing I didn't bring Suzuha along. So why were you trying to make counterfeit versions of the pin? I wasn't trying to counterfeit it. Close enough. Well, I meant it as a backup plan, I guess. She's gonna be sad if you don't find her old man, right? So if that happens, I'll show her the badges I made and, well, lie that her dad was here. So you'll give her false hope. You don't have to put it like that. Remember, there are good lies and bad lies. Bad lies hurt people. Good lies save them. What eroge did he get that from? Clan. Not the clan ad spin-off. Cladan. It's not an eroge. It's a visual novel that teaches you the meaning of life, so shut up. So, should I call off Operation Fictitter? Do you really think that'll make Suzuha happy? Daddy's expression suddenly turned sad. She told me not to tell anyone, but I guess I'd better tell you. He's got a big mouth as usual. Still, he seems dead serious, so I'd better hear him out. I heard this from Amaneshi when we were discussing the repairs. Her time machine can only leap to the past. What? At first, I don't understand what he means. Nonsense. Her time machine could travel both ways. Did you actually see it? Well, no. Besides, when you say Titter, you mean the one who appeared in 2000, don't you? I don't know anything about that Titter. That's right. The Titter I know and Suzuha aren't necessarily the same person. Although their time machines are similar, there are significant differences. For example, one looks like a Chevy, and the other looks like a satellite. So, wait. Once she leaves, she can't come back. You're saying that if she goes to 1975, she can't return to 2010? Not without living 35 years in real time. Is he serious? Does that mean Suzuha's time machine can never return to 2036? Didn't I just say that? Then it's defective. Right. She said the time machine was incomplete. Incomplete? According to Amaneshi, her old man built it in secret by reverse engineering CERN's technology. But CERN killed him before he could complete it. Amaneshi insists that it's fine as long as she can leap to the past, but... Are you sure about this? She said so herself. I don't think she was lying. So if she doesn't meet her old man before the time machine is repaired, she might never get another chance. So that's why he was trying to make a copy of that pin as evidence that Suzuha's father was here. But making a fake version of her father's pin isn't going to solve anything. A lie is a lie. But if we don't get caught, I have a doctor silent and massage my temples. Need to think. What difference does it make? True, Suzuha might be sad about missing her father, but that's none of my business. My top priority is Mayuri's safety. That's right. I mustn't let my emotions control me. I need to be more rational, more logical. There's a Japanese proverb. He who pursues two hares will catch neither. However, that sad smile on Suzuha's face. Now I understand what it meant. I feel something tighten deep within my chest. The next day, as night falls, I summon all lab members except Kurisu to Radicon. It's boiling hot on the rooftop, even in the evening. I provide Dari with a refreshing gift of cola. His sweaty face lightens up. Whoa, look at you. An ice-cold zero-calorie cola. How thoughtful of you. Dari happily takes the cola and chugs it straight from the bottle. Afterwards, Dari and Suzuha start discussing the time machine. Maya and I watch from a short distance away. Hey, Okarin. Isn't it amazing that the satellite was the time machine? Yeah, I guess so. I'm glad Suzu-san wasn't hurt in the crash. I heard it's really hard to drive. If the gravitational and whatchamacallit coordinates are just a teensy bit off, the whole time machine becomes a jellyman and goes ploop. And she even said her time machine's unstable, since it's not a CERN model. I'm worried about her trip to 1975. Do you think I should go with her? I wonder if I'd fit. What would you do in 1975? I'd cheer Suzu-san on, of course. I'd hold her hand super tight and tell her that everything's going to be okay. Hey, Okarin, do you think the time machine has a name? If you want to know, just ask Titter. Oh, yeah. Why she didn't think of that? Mayuri giggles, then runs off to talk to Suzuha. She returns a few seconds later. Yep, it has a name. FG204 something something, she said. Anyway, don't you think Daru-kun and Suzu-san are a good match? I look at Daru and Suzuha again. Daru's all about Ferris. Oh. Really? She tilts her head to the side. Hey, can Mayushi take a closer look at the time machine? I nod and Mayuri goes over to the time machine again. Behind her, the sun glows dark and orange on the horizon. As Mayuri leaves, Suzuha comes over to stand beside me. Our shadows are long and murky into the fading night. Hachida Itaro is amazing. He said if things go well, he could have the time machine fixed by tomorrow. And he looks so unhealthy and slow. A refreshing breeze blows by. It was quite hot a few minutes ago, but the temperature's finally starting to drop. Hey. There's something I want to say, and I feel like I'll never get another chance. Are you listening? After a moment's hesitation, I give a little nod. I'm really grateful to you. All of you. When it came to this time, I didn't know anyone. I was all alone in a world completely different from my own. This era is so peaceful. That's a wonderful thing. But it scared me. All I knew was the fight against CERN. But now I have friends. Real friends. Who I can share my secrets with. All those people who lived before I was born are working so hard for my sake. It's a strange feeling. But a happy one, too. I wanted you to know that. I've heard those words before. Just like last time, her tone is wistful. Her time machine can only leap to the past. The truth I heard from daughter plays in my head in an endless refrain. Living with you guys in this time, it's been really fun. When I met you, you were all so strange and unique and over the top. I was kind of shocked at first, actually. But before I knew it, I started to enjoy spending time with you. 2036 is peaceful too. People don't even fight anymore. Did you know that? I shake my head. Anyway, people don't fight. Never. About anything. All forms of conflict, war included, have vanished. Poof. Without a trace. Instead, everyone has dead eyes, like fish. No one has ambition. Nobody dreams. They just trudge through their lives without a single complaint. Now, sure, people smile, but they never get angry or sad. There's no individuality. Everyone's a robot. You got really mad at me before, remember? I was really surprised, but at the same time, I was really happy. Suzuha looks at the time machine. Daddy and Mairi are standing next to it, talking cheerfully about something or another. You're all so bright and full of life. I envy you. Shina Mairi, Hashira Itaru, even Makise Kurisu, and of course, you. I want to be more like you. It's thanks to all of you that I'm still going strong. Being a lab mem, even for just a little while, was great. She smiles then, a soft, sad smile that tears at my heart. This time, I know what that smile means. Being with you guys, even for just a little while, was great. Suzuha obviously knew from the beginning that if she traveled to 1975, she could never return. Change the future, Okabe Rintaro. Make it a world like this one, where people can be free. The first time I heard her speak these words, I thought she was sentimental because she couldn't return to her original 2036. I was wrong. Forget about 2036. She can't even return here to 2010, not without living 35 years. She'll be 54 when 2010 comes around. The present us and the present Suzuha can never meet again. Suzuha chose this mission. To change the future. To save Mairi. Unless Suzuha travels to 1975, Mairi will die. But then, what about Suzuha herself? When she leaves for 1975, she'll have to sacrifice everything she has here. How does she feel about that? Do you... Do you regret spending time with us? What do you mean? Do you regret making new friends here? New memories? Do you wish you had kept your distance? You've already abandoned one life. Now you have to abandon another. In a sense, It's like you're killing yourself. Did Hashida Itade tell you? Suzaha frowns. He's worried about you. Jeez. I told him not to tell anybody. Well, how do you feel about going to 1975? It doesn't matter how I feel. Suzaha's expression suddenly hardens. I have to go. It's the path I chose, and it's what my dad wanted. What if we asked you to stay? I'll go anyway. One of those guys on Odd Channel asked what right I have to change the future and decide the fate of the human race. He had a point. But still, I don't want the future to turn out like that. I want the people in my time to be free like you. Free to laugh and play, fight and argue, get sad and cry. If I change the future, then no one will die. Not you, not Sheena Mairi, and not my dad. Maybe I don't have the right, but I'm going anyway. Even if you can never return. Come on. The 70s are in a bad time, you know? I'll find friends there just like you guys. We'll have a blast. Just like that, Suzaha's back to her usual self. But despite her cheerful smile, I'm certain that her resolve was forged from fear and doubt, the likes of which few can imagine. I was a fool to think that my words could sway her. Beneath the clear blue sky, the time machine comes to life. Freaking ad? Oh dear. I can wait. Me. Hopefully the ads don't last too long. But I don't know. Hehe. Me. Just remember to let me know when the ads are over. Because there's no way I can know otherwise. Yay. That's going on for a while, huh? Maui. Just let me know when the ads are over. Back? Okay, fuck yeah. Beneath the clear blue sky, the time machine comes to life. Daughter's repairs are complete. Maya and I help drain the last tube of the water out of the cockpit. The machine is still stuck in Radicon's wall, but that's a small matter. Daughter gazes at the time machine with a satisfied expression. Mary is jumping for joy, and Kadisi, who ran over as soon as she completed the time leap machine, is visibly relieved. Meanwhile, Suzaha is struggling to attach her mountain bike to the time machine's exterior. She likes it so much she wants to bring it with her to 1975. Kurisu is worried that it might cause a time paradox. My heart is still heavy. Should I let Suzaha leave like this? I chide myself for the thought. It's not my choice to make. Suzaha isn't from this time. If she doesn't want to stay, then I have no reason to keep her from leaving. Suzuha finishes carrying her bicycle and turns to us with a soft smile. It's not the painful forced smile I saw yesterday. We don't perform a startup test. Activating the time machine would draw too much attention. So we're just going to wing it. Fortunately, we have the time leap machine for assurance. My only regret is that we couldn't find her father. Thanks, guys. Really. I can't thank you enough. Don't forget about us. If you want to thank me, then let's make out Taru. Control yourself, perv. The lab mems pat Suzuha on the shoulder and offer words of encouragement, each in his or her own way. Oh, right. Take this. Suzuha offers me her father's pin. Oshima, 7010. In the end, we couldn't decipher the inscription. This is for you, Okabe Rintaro. Keep it in the lab, will you? Somewhere out of sight is fine. Suzuha. Is she regretting her decision to leave? Is this pin meant to be proof that Amane Suzuha was here with us in this time? About the pin. Dada hesitates for a moment, then steps forward. Why don't we make duplicates for all the lab mems? Make it our symbol, I guess. Wow, that's a great idea. How unusually thoughtful of you. I don't know what to say. We already took a picture of it, so keep your pin, Amaneshi. It belonged to your dad, right? Yeah. Okay. I stay silent. There's nothing I can say. I could stop Suzuha from leaving if I tried. But unless she goes, I can't save Mayuri. Okay, everyone. Da 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 da. Mayushi has an important announcement to make. Oh boy. Mayuri suddenly raises her hands and calls for attention. As usual, she completely fails to sense the gravity of the situation. Though I suppose it's our fault for not telling her the truth about Suzuha's time machine. In any case, she has my attention. What could her announcement be? Could Mayuri have found out that she's fated to die? I quickly glance at Kurisu, but she seems just as confused as I am. Then what is it? Actually, Mayushi found Suzu-san's dad. Huh? Huh? What? Really? Mayuri puffs out her chest proudly. Wanna meet him? You do, don't you? Well, he's here with us today. I don't know why I just got met with the intrusive thought of an Oopa, like just her pulling out an Oopa. It's like, her dad's an Oopa. I don't know. Where? Everyone, including me, starts looking around. Mary has us hook, line, and sinker. I scan the empty event hall, but there's no one else here. Where could he be? Allow me to introduce you. Suzu-san's dad is... Cute. Is that a drum roll? Ta-da! Suzu-san's dad is... Mary flashes Suzuha a grin. Daru-kun. Huh. She thrusts her finger at Dario. Her mouths drop. After awkward silence comes awkward laughter. That chick's not even logical. It's impossible for this perp to get married in the first place. Hey, that kind of hurts for Daru getting attacked right in front of his face. Like, damn. I completely agree with Christina. Daru is fated to become a wizard when he turns 30. You could be nicer about it, guys. But it's the truth, so I can't object. Oh, Daru falls to his hands and knees, devastated. As for Suza herself, she clearly doesn't know how to react. Um, you know, my dad wasn't fat. Suzaha, he can lose weight. Jeez. You're all so mean to Daru-kun. Mayushi's the only one to stand up for me. You're an angel, Mayushi. Do you love me? Nope. Harsh. Um, Mayushi is 100,000,000% sure that Daru-kun is Isazuha's dad. Okay, what's your proof? Um, I was thinking about the letters on Suza Hassan's pin. After staring at it really hard, I noticed the 7 and 710 looked a little weird. Yeah, I thought so too. It's not a 7, it's a 2. And the line fell off the bottom. I honestly kind of thought that. Really? Suzaha stares at the inscription on the pin again. It's so small I can't tell. It's easy to see on the picture we took. 2010. But that's this year. Then what do the letters mean? Oh, that's what's inscribed on the pin. That's easy. Okabe, Shina, Hashida, Makise, and finally, Amane. What? It was right in front of us all along. We just didn't know where to look. It's our initials? So I was thinking, why 2010? And then I remembered it's the year of the lab mems. The year of the lab mems. The Future Gadget Laboratory was founded this year. So that's what it is. And you know, Suza-san has lots of stories about future Okarin and future Chris-chan, but not a single story about Daru-kun, right? There weren't any about Mayushi either. Daru's observation startles me. It's an obvious thing to wonder about, but it strikes too close to home. Well, Mayushi is a lab map, but I can't make time machines and I don't like fighting. Of course I'm not famous. No, the reason there aren't any stories about Mayuri is because she dies in a few hours. Only Kurisu, Suzaha, and I know that, and we say nothing. But Daruku is Super Haka, and Okarin's right arm. We even helped Okarin make Phone Wave Chan, so I thought it was strange Suzaha-san didn't know him. So you're saying he used a different name? Barrel Titter-san helped Okarin find the resistance, right? And he was in Akiba in 2010. And he was able to build his own time machine. And he knew about Okarin's reading spaghetti. Reading Steiner. He knew about it. Doesn't that fit Darukin perfectly? She's right. Do you remember the day Suzusan went to meet her father? She thought he would be at the time machine offline meet. We know that because we tailed her. Darukin was supposed to be there too, right? That meet was seriously important to the history of Japanese sci-fi. At least it got to sneak in while tailing Ame-Neishi. I don't remember that. It must have happened because of the D-mail I sent. This is the curse of reading Steiner. Although I keep my memories from previous world lines, I don't acquire memories of events on new world lines. Dad told me about that meet when I was little. I don't remember what he said exactly, but I thought I might be able to meet him there. So if I'd had... So if I'd been at that meet, everything would have been okay? I don't know. I don't think I'd pick you out as my dad. Still, the evidence keeps piling up. And then there's the time machine's name. FG204 something something. What was it? FG204 second edition version 2.31. That's naming sense. It's gotta be Daru. And FG probably stands for Future Gadget. So Suzuha's time machine is Future Gadget number 204? Finally, whose name Barrel Titter has to be Daru-kun. Come to think of it, last night Mari asked how to say barrel in Japanese. Barrel is Taru in Japanese, right, Chris-chan? Kurisu nods. Taru. Daru? It's a pun? Okay, Suzu-san, say Hashida Itaru 10 times fast. What? Why? Just say it and find out. Just now, didn't it sound like Daidu? It did. Hashida Itaru, Hashida Tairu, Hashiditoru, Hashitataru. For reals? For super reals? I can't believe it. With all this evidence laid out in front of me, I can't deny it either. Everyone's jaw drops again. Only this time we're staring at Daru and Suzuha. I think she looks just like her father. That could just be the placebo effect. But now that you mention it, they kind of do look alike. Temporary break with looking at the tips. A placebo is something that seems like medicine but has no medicinal effect. When taken by a patient who believes it to be medicine, it gives them psychological stability. Despite placebos having no medicinal effect, there are cases where a patient's condition improves. I fucking called it, but I didn't expect all of this. Yeah, yeah. I like that, like, when, like, the beginning of this, Time Leap was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna find her dad, and then it was just Daru, and it was like, oh, that was just a fluke. No, not the correct reasoning for figuring out it's him, but, y'all know. Nice work, Mayuri. You'll make a great detective one day. A detective? That's the first time anyone said that. She's such a ditz most of the time, but maybe she's more perceptive than anyone knows. My daughter. How many she is my daughter? Daughter, wide-eye points at Suzuha while flapping his lips like a fish out of water. Dad. Could you call me Papa instead? Stop. For once in your life, don't be a perv. Dad. Oh. Suzuha tries to hold back her tears but can't. They fall from her eyes and roll down her cheeks. Seeing this, daughter stops his joking and lets Suzuha speak. I came, Dad. I came to see you. With the time machine you built. Yeah. I'm going to finish what you started. I promise. Yeah. Watch over me, okay? I'm watching. Of course I am. Suzuha walks up to daughter and hugs him gently. Daughter awkwardly but firmly hugs her back. Father and daughter, reunited across time. I'm surely glad we could bring them together. By the way, was your mother cute? Request petite girl with a cute face and big boobs. That's a secret. When Suzuha finally steps away from Daru, she's smiling once again. Well, that takes care of everything I wanted to do on this world line. Guess I should be going. Wait, you're going already? Did you have more to say to your father? What am I doing? Suzuha's mind is set. I know that nothing I can say will convince her to say. It's madness to even try. If she stays mine, she dies. I know that. So why am I trying to stop her? No, I'm fine now. I'm gonna get an IBN 5100, just like I promised. She looks at us with the face of a warrior. I'll bring it to you here in Akihabara. That's my duty, and I'll see it through. The rest is up to you. Change the future, please. Nobody speaks. Nobody nods. We don't have the words, but she sees it in our faces. Resolve. Suzuha has entrusted us with her will and her mission. We meet her gaze, each of us, and silently swear to protect them to the end. The future Suzuha came from is not the future we desire. In Suzuha's time, daughter and I fought to change it. This time, we'll make sure it never happens. Mairi will live. Kurisu will be free. Suzuha will grow up knowing her father. We must change the future, that all these things may come to pass. Well, see you in 35 years. I guess it'll only be a few hours for you guys. Oh, I almost forgot. The time machine gives off terrific ultraviolet rays when it jumps, so make sure not to look directly at it. With that final warning, Suzuha boards the time machine. She waves once, and then the hatch closes behind her. Moments later, the machine comes to life. A shoal alarm starts ringing. There are no other sounds. It makes less noise than I'd expect. People on the street below start shouting and cheering at the satellite sudden activity. They all look up and point. My phone vibrates. I quickly take it out and open it. The mail's from Suzuha. Thanks. Goodbye. Goodbye. When I failed to stop her on her previous road line, she sent me the exact same message before leaving. But this time, the word holds a completely different meaning. I lift my eyes from the message to see the space around the time machine begin to warp. A cocoon of light appears and envelops the fuselage. I squint my eyes against the brilliance. Suzuha. We'll never see her again. Not this Suzuha. Yes, we can seek her out in our time. I know that I'll make the effort. But the next time we meet, an immense gulf of time will have divided us. No matter how hard we wish it were different, she will not be the girl we knew. All of a sudden, Daughter takes a step into the light. Suzuha! I'm sure we'll meet again. I'll do my best until then. I hate myself for not knowing any other way to say it, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best, I promise. So Suzuha, do your best too. His words probably can't reach her anymore. As the light grows more intense, I raise my hand to shield my eyes. Bathed in radiant particles, the cocoon slowly unfurls. The next thing I know, Suzuha's time machine has vanished into thin air, leaving a hole the size of a dump truck in Radikon's wall. The air is thick with the smell of ozone, and seems to pull softly where the machine stood. We stand there for a while, staring silently at the empty spot while the summer breeze blows gently past, as if the wind were fate itself. Unfortunately, we don't have time to mourn her departure. In about an hour and a half, Moeka's group will attack the lab. Before that happens, we need to acquire the IBN 5100 that Suzuha went to 1975 to obtain. The time machine's sudden disappearance has thrown the area into chaos, which makes it easy for us to slip out unnoticed. See you in 35 years, Suzuha said. 54-year-old Suzuha should be here in Akiba. Before she left, we decided the time machine's disappearance would be her key to bring the IBN 5100 to the lab. But when we return to the lab, there's no 54-year-old to woman waiting for us. It seems Suzuha hasn't come yet. No more running. Fair. Kirisu gasps for breath while Mayuri calmly munches on a banana. As I check the lab for any sign of Suzuha, a line of red numbers catches my eye. The meter reads 0.337187. Divergence hasn't changed. Reading standard didn't activate this time, so I suspected that might be the case. Let's think this through. I thought that divergence would change the instant Suzuha obtained an IBN 5100 in 1975. But maybe there's something else that needs to happen. Will it change the instant Suzuha hands me the IBN 5100? Or will it change when we use the IBN 5100 to delete my email from CERN's database? At any rate, all we can do now is wait for Suzuha to arrive. Suzuha's 54 by now, right? After catching his breath, Dadu speaks. My daughter's 30 years older than me. I don't know if I want to say that. Feels weird, man. You know, it wouldn't be unusual for her to have grandchildren by that age. Ooh. You mean I could have great grandkids? I don't know if I'm ready for that, man. Just be super nice to them. That's what grandpas do. Please don't call me grandpa. A knock on the door interrupts their idle chatter. It must be Suzuha. Everyone looks at me with a strange mixture of anticipation and anxiety. I slowly open the door. Okabe. You're not Suzuha. Instead of an old woman, we get a wall of muscle. Our disappointment is palpable. Oh, it's you. Hey, have you seen my part-timer? Come on, game. Stop. Mr. Braun peeks into the lab. If you're looking for Suzu-san, she went 35 years Shut up, Mayuri. Kirisa covers Mayuri's mouth. You know something? Where did that girl run off to? She took the last couple days off, and I don't know when she's coming next. She won't even answer her phone. We don't have time for this, but I can't just order him to leave, not unless I want another cracked skull. She said she went back to her hometown. She's probably gone for good. What? You sure? That brat. She didn't say a word to me. The future is changing. Isn't this proof? On my previous sleeps, Mr. Braun never came by the lab. This must be related to Suzuha's trip in 1975. Surely it's a good sign. Now, as long as the attractor field doesn't amend history again. Mr. Braun sighs, then turns to me with a serious expression. Well, whatever. I've got something for you, Okabe. For me? He hands me an envelope. It's addressed to Okabe and Nintendo, but there's no stamp or postmark. The name Hashida Shizu is written on the back. What is this? It's from the lady who used to own this building. She asked me to give it to you on this day. Who? How did you know Suzu-san anyway? Suzu-san. Suzu-san. Of course. The name on the back reads Hashida Suzu. Hashida is Daru's surname. Where is she now? Huh? She passed away 10 years ago. Passed away? She's dead? A wave of dizziness nearly sweeps me off my feet. How old was she? Mid-40s, I think. The age fits. Thank you for taking care of this letter, Mr. Braun. Yeah? Yeah? Is it from Suzu-san? Seriously? Why did he have it? Mr. Braun clearly doesn't understand our reaction, and we're not about to explain. I thank him again. He grumbles a bit and leaves. As soon as he's gone, I break the seal and open the envelope. Inside is a handwritten letter. The characters are slightly messy, as if her hand was shaking as she wrote it. Her eyes, transfixed, begin to read. Dear Okabe Rintaro, it's me, Amane Suzuha, Hashida Tutor's daughter. It's been a while, been a long time. Though for you, I'm sure only a few hours have passed. The date is June 13th, the year 2000. Meaning I'm writing this 10 years before you will read it. I'll get right to the point. I failed, 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 I failed. I failed, 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 I failed. I failed, I failed, I failed, I failed, I failed, I failed, I failed. I failed, 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 I failed. I failed, 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 I failed. The date is June 14th, the year 2000. About 9 or 10 years before you will read this. I failed. I only remembered who I was 1 year ago today. The day Nostradamus said the King of Terror would come. Stupid, stupid King of Terror. He should have come and burned us all away. For 24 years, I forgot who I was. All I could remember was my name. I finally remembered 1 year ago. The day the King of Terror was supposed to come, but didn't. There's no Kango terror, but I want to die. The repairs were incomplete. The time machine malfunctioned. When I arrived in 1975, I couldn't remember anything. They found me lying in the street like a broken doll and took me to a hospital. Now I've been living on my own for years, but that's as Hashi that sees you. A normal person who forgot the duty and mission Vamane Suzaha I only remembered last year. I failed. 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 I'm a failure. Something went wrong. I don't know what. The repairs are incomplete, but it's not Dad's fault. It's mine. I should have gone straight to 1975. I shouldn't have stopped in 2010, but it was selfish and now the future is doomed. There's no IBM 5100. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. For what purpose have I lived to this age? I forgot my duty and lived a carefree life instead. Now my life has no meaning at all. It's worthless. 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 I wish I hadn't remembered. I'm glad I finally remembered. I'm glad I had this chance to say sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. My plan failed. I spent this whole year asking myself why. I finally figured it out. If I hadn't postponed my leap to 1975, this wouldn't have happened. Okabe Rintaro. After the offline meet, he stopped me from going to 1975. I was really happy, but that's where it all went wrong. I should have left. I shouldn't have waited. That was my last chance. That night, there was a thunderstorm. My time machine was flooded. Okay, thank you. Oh dear. If you can go back to that day, please, please, let me leave. Then I can bring you the IBM 5100. I can fulfill my mission. Please, that's all I want. I promise Dad. This was his dream. I want to change the future. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My life was meaningless. My hands curl, crumpling the page. I realize that I'm crying. Suzaha failed. She lost her memory. Her life was meaningless. This can't be happening. Nobody says a word. Their faces, like mine, are frozen in disbelief. I turn to Daru. He's whiter than a sheet. Daru, didn't you fix the time machine? I did. I thought I did. But I mean, that was my first time repairing a time machine. I might have missed something. Missed something? Whatever you missed cost your daughter 24 years of her life. I didn't do it on purpose. I would hope not. Calm down, both of you. Hashira did everything he could. He doesn't deserve your anger, Okabe. How can you be so calm? That's how I am. Sorry. Now, calm down. It's not daughter's fault. I know that. But it can't end like this. It can't. What was Suzuha feeling as she wrote this letter? I look again at the words scrawled upon the page, every character resonant with despair. I wanted to welcome her back with a smile. Instead, this. Suzuha's dead. 10 years gone. Wait, how did she die? Don't tell me. Mr. Braun must know what happened. I run to the window and check the street. Mr. Braun is outside closing up shop. Mr. Braun! I run downstairs. Okabe, did you hear? That satellite up and disappeared. Everyone's talking about it. I guess it's already made the news. Please, I need to know. Huh? Know what? Hashida Suzu-san. How did she die? Why do you want to know that? He looks at me hard. I meet his stare unflinching. I don't know anything about how she died. I need to know what her last moments were like. I feel that's my duty to know, to engrave her memory into my heart. Sounds like you got a reason. What I want to know is how you knew her. She was an old acquaintance. That's all I can say. A very old acquaintance, but I still remember the time I spent with her. So please, tell me. I don't like to talk about it. God, fucking ad? Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. I got this. We can wait just a moment, just for yous. What timing? At least you've been good about telling me about the ads, otherwise you'd miss shit. I think I can kind of hear the ad from the other side of the wall, so that's fun. Fun. Welcome back. How was the ad break? I'm sure it was very fun and exciting. I don't like to talk about it, but alright. Listen good, Okabe. I slowly nod. And then I get my answer. It was suicide. Yep. The word drops on my heart like an anvil. My knees give out. I collapse to the pavement. Suicide. She hung herself at home. I was the one who found her. My life was meaningless. I recall the last words she wrote in her letter, words of unimaginable despair. She didn't deserve so bleak an end. She became unstable about a year before it happened. Before that, she was a nice, cheerful lady. This building was hers. She gave me a place to stay. She had no relatives, you know. Almost no one came to her funeral. It was a sad thing to see. She handed me that letter a week before it happened. Told me to give it to a young man named Okabe Rintaro on this exact date. When you moved in upstairs, I thought Susan must have seen the future or something. Enough. I can't take it anymore. I try to stand, but my legs betray me. I stumble, but before I fall, a small body supports my shoulder. Mayuri. Oh, Goodine, are you okay? Mayuri. They must be taking all her strength to hold me up. Did Mayuri hear how Suzaha died? Her eyes are wet, her lips are trembling. Still, she's the one supporting me. Mayuri and I bowed deeply to Mr. Braun and returned to the lab. When we get back, Daru is seated at his computer, head on the table. Kadisu is standing in front of the TV, watching an excited reporter talk about Dadi-kan. The disappearance of the satellite is huge news, obviously. The lounge is silent, save for the TV. I look at the table. The divergent meter still reads 0.337187%. That hasn't changed since before Suzaha left. What went wrong? I can't go back 10 years with the time leap machine. I can't do anything about Suzaha's death. Should have I stopped her from leaving after all? Maybe then this tragedy wouldn't have happened. No, what choice did I have? I can't save Marty without the IBM 5100. Suzaha had to travel to 1975. And consider my options. What if I redo these 2 days again? Could Dottie fix the time machine so this doesn't happen? Is fixing the time machine even possible? The other skills are second to none, and the time machine was built by his own hand 26 years in the future. It seems logical that he would. It seems logical that he would be able to fix it. But look at it another way. It took Dottie 26 years to learn enough to build the time machine, and he had to reverse engineer CERNs to do it. Maybe it's unreasonable to expect our daughter to perform flawless repairs in only 2 days. In that case, can I have daughter use the time leap machine to repeat these 2 days until he repairs it? No, he'll have to start from scratch each time. 2 days just aren't enough. I collapse onto the sofa and bury my face in my hands. Mary sits next to me and gently rubs my back. I'm grateful for her kindness. I recall what Suzaha wrote. If you can go back to that day, please let me leave. The email I sent. Could that be the cause? On the original roll line, Suzaha leapt to 1975 after failing to meet her father. Unsatisfied with that outcome, I sent a email to convince myself to follow Suzaha and prevent her from leaving. As a result, she remained in 2010 for an additional 4 days. But that night, the time machine was damaged by a thunderstorm. If I hadn't followed Suzaha that day, if I hadn't sent that email to myself, her time machine would not have malfunctioned. She would have arrived safely in 1975. The solution is obvious. I need to cancel that email. But can I really do that? If I change the past so that Suzaha leaves, won't that undo the 4 days we spent together? A frantic search through the streets of Akiba. Her heartfelt confession on the roof of Vatican. Her tearful reunion with her father, Daru. All of it will be undone. What do I do? An urgent bulletin pops up on the TV. I look up in surprise. Bomb threat suspends Yamanote, Sobu, Keihin Tohoku lines. Damn, Moke's men will be here any minute. There's no time to think, no time to hesitate. I run downstairs, break into the Braun Tube workshop and turn on the 42-inch CRT. Then I return to the lab and activate the time leap machine. What are you doing, Golgobe? Kurisu demands answers. I see the fear in her eyes. We can't just leave it like this. I have to do something. Okabe. Panokurin, are you sure? Don't try to stop me, Mayuri. I can't let this stand. There are 2 options. I can cancel the demo that convinced me to pursue Suzaha. Sending a contradictory email should do the trick. Or I can time leap again and prevent Suzaha from leaving. 2 options, but really, just one. Do not hesitate, Okaberu Taro. Hesitation is unforgivable. You already know what you must do. Stop pursuit. Last mail. Is certain trap. That should be enough to convince me to let Suzuha go. Kurisu, you're good at remembering dates, aren't you? Huh? Well, sure. When did we throw that party for Suzuha? 4 days ago. August 9th. You're sending a D-mail, Lokorin? But won't that make everything disappear? 4 days. It might not sound like much, but in that time we forged a definite bond with Suzuha. To send this D-mail is to sever that bond. I know that. I know that. But this is the only choice I have. I set the phone wave to 97 hours ago. This D-mail should arrive a few hours after the first. Now I just need to send it. Save Mayuri. That is my purpose. This is what drove me to leap through time. I'll do whatever it takes to save her. This is just one more sacrifice. Erase the time you spent with Suzuha. Destroy whatever bond you had. Send the D-mail. Push the button. Isn't that what Suzuha wants? You'll be saving her from her 25 years of loneliness, from ending her life in utter despair. Save Suzuha. Save Mayuri. This is the right thing to do. This is right. But is it really? Is erasing those memories really the right thing to do? Isn't that just running away from reality? Shouldn't I try time leaping first? Maybe there's another way. What should I do? What's the right choice? Stop, you're starting to doubt. Never doubt. I don't know the answer. But I need to reach a conclusion or else. I can't. I can't do it. I can't send this email. Acting on impulse, I don the headgear and punch in a 48-hour time leap. Do you have a plan? I ignore her and bite down hard on my lip. As the taste of blood fills my mouth, I press the button. I'm hoping I probably should have saved there. I'll keep going, it's fine. And the world twists. My legs shake. I cover my eyes and wait for my senses to return to normal. 1,000 emotions stampede through my skull, then fade away. Actually, I'm going to I'll save here so that way I can have an idea of how much time to go through if I have to redo things. Ironically, huh? 1,000 emotions stampede through my skull, then fade away. I stare vacantly at Kurisu, who is standing in front of me. At first I can't hear her over the buzzing in my ears, but little by little her voice becomes clear. See? You're shaking. We've only been up for 2 days and you're already exhausted. Kurisu thrusts her finger at me like an angry school teacher. We still have plenty of time to find the pin. You don't have to be in such a hurry. If you collapse, what then? I won't be worried about you, but Mayuri sure will. Take care of yourself. Got it? The time leap worked. Yeah, got it. I nod to Kurisu, then collapsed onto the sofa. I couldn't sacrifice either of them. In a sense, I am running away. But there was no other choice. No other way to save Suzuha and Mayuri both. In 2 days, Mayuri will die, and Suzuha will be lost to the past. If these 2 days are all we have left, All I can do is repeat them forever. Let these 2 days be the rest of my life. The wind caresses my cheek. I push down on the pedals and begin to ascend up Harumi Bridge. The spokes revolve rhythmically, reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oozes out of every pore, but it's not unpleasant. It feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child. The weather's so nice. Whew, why did I have to come along? Oh, Daru. Same here. The wind's too strong. You're a little chubby, Daru-kun. I think you need to exercise more. Fat neckbeard master race. Leading the way at a terrific pace is Suzaha on her trusty mountain bike. What a view. From here you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Akiba and the jumbled sprawl of central Tokyo are 2 hours' ride behind us. Here on this artificial island there are only skyscrapers and vacant lots, one extreme or the other. One time I took the bus back to Akiba after Komima, so I already knew how close it was, but I never thought I'd come here by bike. Except for Suzaha, we're all using rent-a-cycles. I wanted a change of pace from the search for the unfightable pin, so I proposed this cycling expedition. Of course, I already know who the pin belongs to and who Suzaha's father is, but I have chosen not to tell anyone. If at all possible, I want to spend these 2 days in peace and delay Suzaha's time travel. That's my goal now. I thought this trip would be a waste of time at first, but I guess people need to take a break once in a while. I'd rather be working on the time leap machine. This just proves that I belong indoors. You two are all worn out. Come on, guys. Stamina is the key to survival. Kurisu and Daru are exhausted, while Suzaha and Mayuri are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Ariake, so I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy. Water. What's the vending machine? I could kill for a glass of water. Sorry, but there's no convenience store until we cross another bridge after this one. Tough it out. You're serious? I can't. It's impossible. Wow, Okurin. You really know the area. Have you been here before? Yeah, many times. How long have I been living in this closed loop of time? It's already getting hard to keep track of the days, so instead I think in 2-day cycles. This should be the 4th cycle. This time, only I know that Mayuri is fated to die. By keeping that secret, I allow us to spend these days like normal kids our age would. The cycling expedition is part of that. Suzaha and Mayuri enjoy the ride, so I make sure we do it each time I repeat the loop. Our current destination is Tokyo Big Sight, the massive convention center in Ariake. In a few days, we'll be home to Komima, the world's largest doujinshi marketplace event. Big Sight's straight ahead. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes to get there. Let's take a break first. Daru has used up the last of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail separating us from the road. I turn and pull up next to Daru's bike. It's not safe there. Come on. Let me rest. I said it's not safe. I sigh and pull Daru up by the arm. Meow, hello, Catman. I take it you're finally done streaming? How was your stream? I hope you enjoyed. Okay. Daru stands up. A second later. It went pretty well, no deaths. Oh man, I wish I could say the same thing here. A huge truck speeds past. The gust of wind left in its wake nearly blah 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 blah. bowls us over. The bridge sways beneath our feet. Look, that was close. It probably wouldn't have hit him anyway, but still, best to be careful. You saved me, Hokurin. You know, that was almost like Okarin saw the future. Mm. You got a email, didn't you? Mayuri's innocent smile. Kurisu's cynical grin. To them, it's a joke. But they're not mistaken. The only thing they got wrong was that I didn't send an email. I time leaped. Suzuha's eyes meet mine. She was laughing just a moment ago, but now she looks confused, uncertain. I avert my eyes. Holy land, I have returned! Daru, his vigor restored, faces Big Sight with his arms spread wide. Wow, I've never seen it this empty. Look at all that space. It's hard to believe they filled this whole area during Komima. In that emptiness, it was easy to see how truly majestic Big Sight is. At Komima, when you're waiting to go through a sea of people, it's just another big building. Hey, Mayushi's hungry. Isn't there a restaurant nearby? Let's take a break. I can't believe we have to bike all the way back. What a nightmare. The three of them go searching for the family restaurant. Suzuha is still gazing at the Big Sight. What's wrong, Suzuha? I ask the question, though I already know how she'll answer. She's excited to see Big Sight in real life. I'm excited to see Big Sight in real life. Suzuha's eyes are shining. It's gone by 2036, you know. They cleared it to make way for bigger, better convention centers. Tokyo's full of them in my time. They even moved the dome out there. Suzuha points to the middle of Tokyo Bay. Hashida Itaru called it the Holy Land. Is that how you see it in this time? So this is where they have Komima. I've heard of it. Hundreds of thousands of people come, right? Mom said that's where she met my dad. Ah. So your mother was a Fujoshi. I've always wanted to see this place. Thank you, Okabe Rintaro. I feel closer to my dad now. A sharp pain stabs through my heart. I know who Suzuha's father is. He's right over there. But I won't tell her. Not until the afternoon of the 13th, when the time leap machine is complete. For now, I just want to prolong these 2 days of peace. Oh, Karin, Suzu-san, come on. That's us. Come on, I'm starving. Suzuha grabs my hand, and we take off running. Somehow, I managed to force a smile. Today was fun. Tomorrow will be fun. Every day will be fun, forever. The wind caresses my cheek. I push down on the pedals and begin to ascend up Parimi Bridge. The spokes resolve slowly, reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oozes out of every pore, but it's just not unpleasant. It feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child. The weather's so nice. Why did I have to come along? Same here. The wind's too strong. You're a little chubby, Daddy-kun. I think you need to exercise more. Fat neckbeard master race. Leading the way, yeah, blah 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 blah. Sure. What a view. From here you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Except for Suzuha, we're all using rent-a-cycles. I wanted to change of pace from the search for the unfindable pin, so I proposed the cycling expedition. I thought this trip would be a waste of time at first, but I guess people need to take a break once in a while. I'd rather be working on the time leap machine. This just proves that I belong indoors. You two are all worn out. Come on, guys. Stamina's the key to survival. Kurisu and Dottie are exhausted, while Suzuha and Mairi are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Ariake, so I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy. Water. Where's the vending machine? I could kill for a glass of water. Sorry, but there's no convenience store until we cross another bridge after this one. Tough it out. I reply mechanically. You serious? I can't. It's impossible. Wow, Gooding. You really know the area. Have you been here before? Yeah, many times. What cycle is this? My 10th? It must be more than that by now. I'm still repeating the same 2 days. Oyeka's attack, Mayuri's death. Those things will never, ever happen. Today, once again, we're off on an adventure. Big sight straight ahead. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes to get there. Let's take a break first. Dada has used up the last of his strength. While standing on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail separating us from the road. I turn and pull up next to Dotter's bike. It's not sit. I swallow my words. Thoughts too dark to be my own suddenly slip into my mind. What will happen if I don't pull Dottie back? Will the truck catch on Dotter's fat? Will it send him flying like a rag doll? Will it take off his head? Will blood spray from the stump like a crimson fountain? Will the girl scream, I wonder? Let's find out. What difference does it make if Dottie dies? I can just time leap again, can't I? I go back to the start of the loop and Dora will be as good as new. Besides, everyone needs a little spice in their life. For those 2 days, I am God. I chose who lives and who... Whoa! The sound of a horn blasts my eardrums. Dottie jerks back from the guardrail. Spooky game. Spooky gonna take me home soon? Fair enough. A split second later, the truck howls past. Dottie loses his balance and falls on his butt. That was close. Hey, are you okay? Are you hurt? Kurisu and Suzuha got off their bicycles and helped Dottie up. That truck was mean. The truck has already crossed the intersection after the bridge. We watch it drive away. Man, what a shock. What was with that guy? Crazy drivers. I should have checked the number. Then it could be, like, reported. Nothing actually happened, so there's not much point in reporting it. Everyone's fussing over Daru. I stand a few steps away, staring at my hands. I'm glad it ended as something to laugh about, but what was I thinking just now? I began this loop so that no one would be hurt, so that Mayuri would live and Suzuha would never go back in time. Yet just now, I was ready to watch Daru die. Some part of me wanted it to happen. Okabe Rintaro? I cower in reflex upon hearing my name. Suzuha is staring at me. There are questions in her eyes. She can't have heard my dark thoughts just now, and yet I feel like she can see right through me. You look pale. What's wrong, Gokurin? I'm the one who should be shaking. Right. I was just imagining what would happen if I lost my Supahaka. The lava can't survive without you. I use this purposefully extravagant tone to cover up my guilty thoughts and start pedaling. Break's over. Let's go. I am this world's observer. Nothing can escape my subjectivity. Everything and everyone exists as I will it. Mairi, Kurisu, Daru, even Suzuha. Here, we can live in peace and harmony. None of us ever need face death. A 48-hour eternity. I'm the creator of this paradise. And so, I know. Tomorrow will be another wonderful day. Holy land, I have returned! Daru, his vigor restored, greets Big Sight with his arms spread wide. Wow, I've never seen it this empty. Look at all that space. It's hard to believe they filled this whole area during Komima. In the emptiness, it's easy to see how truly majestic Big Sight is. At Komima, when you're wading through a sea of people, it's just another big building. Hey, Mayushi's hungry. Isn't there a restaurant nearby? Let's take a break. I can't believe we have to bike all the way back. What a nightmare. The three of them go searching for the family restaurant. Suzuha still gazing at Big Sight. My eyes roam her body. Those tight legs. That slender body. Her clothes accentuate all her fine curves. Her breasts are surprisingly large. Oh dear. Something stirs in my heart. Hot and heavy like thick lava. It whispers to me words like poison. What if I lure her into a dark corner and have my way with her? What then? Oh dear. Getting her alone would be simple enough. All I have to do is offer information on her father and she'll follow me anywhere. To make matters easier, no Amane Suzuha exists in present-day Japan. No documents proving Japanese citizenship, not even a birth certificate. It's only natural. She won't be born for another 7 years. So even if she runs to the police, nobody will believe a word she says. I imagine she'll put up a fight. She was a member of a resistance in her time, and I know she's stronger than she looks. But she's still just a girl. It may take some doing, but I'll have my way with her in the end. Another me, Hyoing Kyoma, perhaps, is whispering inside my head. You want a woman, don't you? It says. Of course you do. It's instinct. So what if she's daughter's daughter? So what if she's on a mission to save the future? Oh boy. Forget about that. She's a fine woman, that's all. You're not a saint, Okabe Rintaro. What was it you call yourself again? That's right, an insane mad scientist. If you're really insane, they'll see you snap. Remember, you have the power of a god. You can rape her, then undo it with a time leap machine. Nope. And hey, while you're at it, why not taste the same girl's virginity over and over again? Wouldn't that be something all those virgin-only freaks would kill to be you? Hell, why stop at rape? Think of what else you could do with a time leap machine. Murder, steal, kidnap, destroy. Is that the best you can do, Okabe Rintaro? Is that really all the evil in your heart? Well, I guess we're only human after all. Think about it, Okabe Rintaro. Sure, you wanted this loop, but repeat the same 2 days forever? Sounds like torture to me. Aren't you tired of it already? These 2 days should be your paradise. Forget about petty laws and morals. You're a hunter. Taboos mean nothing to you. Hunt your prey and eat your fill. The voice is right. I am the observer. I am God. I can do anything. Do her. Kill her. Oh, shit. Are these options? First of all, we're going to save, fuck. Fuck. Or, no, it's just, maybe that was just, I don't know what's going on. G-Force, rape her. Okay, that's just got bigger. You can click as far away as possible from that. Okay. I thought for sure that was like gonna be options because of GeForce Now being laggy, but no, not this time. No one can judge me in this closed loop of time. Forget your morals. Trust your primal urges. Follow your instincts. I cover my ears and avert my eyes from Suzuha. My ears are ringing. Someone's trying to crush my soul, projecting thoughts not my own onto the screen of my heart. Okabe Rintaro? Suddenly, Suzuha grabs me by the shoulders and peers into my face. The warmth from her hands makes the buzzing grow louder. You really are sick, aren't you? Want to sit down? I'm afraid to look at Suzuha with these dark feelings clogging my mind. I shake her off and flee towards Big Sight. Okabe Rintaro, what are you doing? I need to get away from Suzuha. If I don't, I might give in to the urge. I stare at my hands. Clench, open, clench, open. Repeat, repeat. My hands still move, just as I expected them to. Just as I ordered them to. But those dark impulses, the devil's whispers, how can I explain those? What the hell was that? What's happening to me? I start to tremble. My teeth chatter. The sun's hot enough to burn my skin, but I feel cold. I'm afraid of myself. I'm still okay, aren't I? I am Hyoin Gyoma, Okabe Rintaro, an insane mad scientist with a fetish for science and chaos. See, I still know who I am. Still, what is that supposed to mean? Will I eventually lose control of myself? Am I going to break? Like a Mobius strip, the same 2 days go around and 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 around. But today, I failed to keep them the same. My feelings became twisted. Today in Harumi Bridge, I didn't just hesitate to save Daru, I nearly yielded to my dark emotions. Dark emotions. Dark impulses. Emotions sweeping with venom. I listened to their poisonous, disgusting whispers. And I was almost drawn in. There's no denying it. Where I said that I was just a taste of what might lurk inside my heart. If those emotions attack me again, this time crashing over me like a tsunami, will I be able to control myself? Mayuri. Kurisu. Daru. Suzuha. Will I be able to keep myself from hurting them no matter what? Will I be able to keep everyone safe in the sleep I made for Mayuri and Suzuha's sake? Do I really have such strength? I don't know. The answer is hardly reassuring. But for now, it's the only answer I've got. This endless loop is the world I wished for. I can only protect this world. Only I can protect this world. I pray that those impulses were just a fluke, that they'll never resurface again. I ask only that tomorrow be peaceful. The wind caresses my cheek. I push down on the pedals and begin to ascend up Harumi Bridge. Come on. The spokes resolve rhythmically, reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oozes out of every pore, but it's not unpleasant. It feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child. The weather's so nice. Phew, why did I have to come along? Same here. The wind's too strong. You're a little chubby, Daru-kun. I think you need to exercise more. Fat neck beard mastered race. Leading the way at a terrific pace, I accidentally clicked on that one a second time again. What a view! From here you can see across Tokyo Bay all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Except for Suzuha, we're all using rent-a-cycles. I wanted a change of pace from this cycling expedition. I thought this trip would be a waste of time at first, but I guess people need to take a break once in a while, huh? I'd rather be working on the time leap machine. This just proves that I belong indoors. You two are all worn out. Come on, guys. Stamina's the key to survival. Kitty's you and Daddy are exhausted, while Suzaha and Mayuri are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Hariyake, so I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy. Water. Where's the vending machine? I could kill for a glass of water. Then do it. Huh? Everyone turns to look at me. Do it. Kill someone. Why so serious, man? Come on. What are you waiting for? If you want to do it, then do it. Hey, Okabe, what's gotten into you? Okarin, you shouldn't say things like that. What's up with you, man? Nothing. This convenience store once they pass 2 bridges. Tough it out. Really? That's farther than I thought. Hundreds of days have passed since this began. Maybe thousands. How many cycles has it been? I've repeated this loop so many times that I've grown tired of keeping track. I can barely remember the reason I started. The days go by, like tearing pages from a calendar. Everyone says the same things, everyone responds in the same way. I notice my biorhythms seem a bit off, but aside from that, every day is the same. Same. Yes, subtle deviations occur. But it's all within acceptable limits, and in the end, the result is always the same. Everything that happens is insignificant, meaningless, pointless. I'm the only one still living in this loop. Everyone else is just being kept alive. By me. We're just spinning our wheels in a dead world. My soul died some cycles back, I don't remember. This isn't life. Mayuri's death. Moika's raid. Suzaha's time travel. I may have cared about those things once. Not anymore. When did I stop caring? When did I become a machine looping and looping for all eternity? Nothing matters. When those 2 days are over, they'll start again. Everything will be reset. I will reset it myself. And I guess it's pointless to worry. Ridiculous. Yeah, man. How many times have I repeated this loop? My senses have gone dull. It's getting harder to respond to the things I see and hear. I feel detached, like I'm isolated inside a thin membrane. And I've already gotten used to it. I don't find it inconvenient anymore. I simply adapted. I simply optimized. To this far too narrow world. To this far too gentle world. Why should I adapt? Why shouldn't I adapt? This is my world. I quit cycling. Tedder has used up the last of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail separating us from the road. I stop my bicycle and watch him passively. Whoa. The horn blares. Tedder jerks away from the rail. A split second later, the truck howls past. Tedder loses his balance and falls on his butt. That was close. Hey, are you okay? Are you hurt? Kitty and Suzaha got off their bicycles and helped Daru up. That truck was mean. The truck has already crossed the intersection after the bridge. We watch it drive away. Man, what a shock. What was with that guy? Crazy drivers. I should have checked the number. Then it could be, reported. So report him. The truck's number smoothly rolls off my tongue. I've seen it so many times, it's like a brand on my brain. There. Now you know. Report him. I hold my phone out. Did I do something, Okarin? You said you wanted to report him, so I'm giving you the opportunity. My tone is flat. I'm just saying whatever comes to mind. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I agree that Hashira could be a little less lazy, but you're going way too far, Okabe. Shut up, you class rep wannabe. What? What? No fighting, guys. Donner-kun's okay, so let's be happy, okay? I ignored Mayuri and shoved my phone at Daru. You're not going to report him? Well, I guess I'll let him off the hook this time. I saw you put away my phone. Suzuha staring at me again. She looks like she wants to say something. But who cares what she thinks? I feel nothing. The tired Kurisu, the re-energized Daru, and the ever-energetic Mayuri repeat the same conversation I've seen hundreds of times. And then they go search for the restaurant. I turn my back to them and walk towards the ocean. But Suzuha stands in front of me, blocking my way. Her eyes bore into mine. I try to pass without saying anything, but she cuts me off. I see the sincere concern in her eyes, but it can no longer sway my heart, not even a little. Hey, wasn't there a movie about a guy who gets trapped in some kind of time loop? What? What the hell is she talking about? Groundhog Day, right? It was like 100 years so old when I saw it. Jesus. The movies in my time are all boring. Certain propaganda, you know? So I watch old movies instead. Like Groundhog Day. Never heard of it. It was pretty unsatisfying. I was trying to brush her off, but Suzuha keeps talking. I mean, the loop ends without the hero really doing anything. Like he becomes a good person and suddenly happy ending. Kinda dumb. You're trapped in the loop too, aren't you? All of us are. Say something, Okabe Rintaro. You've been here before, haven't you? Her gaze seems to pierce through everything. I find myself blinking involuntarily. Then my eyes drop to my feet. What? What are you talking about? A hoarse voice leaks from the back of my throat. It doesn't sound like my own. I saw a big sight for the first time today, but this isn't the first time I've seen it. I feel my heart skip a beat. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Word games? We've come here before, haven't we? You've experienced today multiple times, haven't you? How many times? Answer me. Suddenly, Suzuha seizes my arm. You have the eyes of a dead man. I know those eyes. They're everywhere you look in my time. Look at me, Okabe Rintaro. Don't kill your soul. Slowly, feelings rise from the depths of my heart, like an oiled machine grinding back to life. Makase Kurisu's soon-to-be completed time loop machine. You've been using it to repeat the past, haven't you? What if I have? Why are you doing this? Who knows? The reason no longer matters. What are you running from? Running? Yeah. I'm running. Running from Marty's death. That's why I'm going to 1975. I'll bring you the IBM 5100 and then you can't. No. You fail. What? And then after 25 lonely, meaningless years, you hang yourself. What? But that's why I'm hiding in this loop. So that neither you nor Marty will die. And that's it. That was the reason. I entered this loop resolved to save them. Them resolved has long since turned to dust. As long as I repeat these 2 days, nothing changes. Nobody dies. I've accepted that duty to keep everyone alive. That's only for from your perspective. I can read. The world continues into the future independent of you. No matter how many thousands of loops you make, Shina Mayuri will still die. It's not a solution. Yeah. My lips twist into a self-deriding smile. But I'm not looking for a solution. Do you intend to keep looping forever? Yes. I've accepted that duty. You haven't accepted anything. Can't you see how it's twisted you? No matter what happens to me, this world will continue. The loop will continue. No matter what happens, the loop will not end. How long can you endure living frozen in time? You can't keep this up forever, you know. Your body may never die, but look at yourself, Okaberu Taro. Your soul is already hanging by a thread. But what else can I do? I don't have it in me to sacrifice anyone. You, Mayuri, you're my friends. I can't lose either of you. Tizaha hangs her head with a sorrowful expression. Is the interrogation over? I try to end the conversation by walking towards the sea again, but she grabs my hand to stop me. You have more to say? Do I really hang myself? Yeah. Do I really feel my mission? Yeah. Tizaha bites her lip and hangs her head. Maybe I shouldn't have told her the truth, but it doesn't really matter. If I timely begin, this conversation will never have happened. In that case, will you come with me, Okabe Taro? What? Will you come with me to 1975? That's the last thing I expected to hear. Go with her to 1975? What will happen if I go? Tizaha grasps my hand tightly. You can help me so that I don't fail. And maybe we can find another way to change the future. Is that possible? My heart beats. My eyes open. Color returns to the world. The world line might shift in a completely unanticipated direction. What you know as present day may change dramatically. The future gadget lab may not exist in the future we make. Shina Mayuri, Hashida Itaru, and Makase Kurise might not even be born. Even if they are born, they might be different people with different names. But if we go to 1975, we'll have 35 years before we reach the 2010 divergence. I don't know how we'll change the world line, but we'll have plenty of time to prepare. If you're okay with all that, then why not come with me? To tell the truth, I want someone to come with me. Someone. In other words, it doesn't have to be me. I don't want to go knowing I'll fail. I don't want my death to be meaningless. So come with me. Save me. I want to save you too. I can't bear to see you like this. Will you continue to sleep until your soul is ground to nothing? Once that happens, time will start moving again, and the ending you've been postponing will occur. When your soul finally dies, Sheena Mayuri will die too. I will fail and hang myself, all according to schedule. What you're doing is nothing but slow suicide. If you're willing to go that far, then come with me instead. Save me. The hands of my clock stopped ticking long ago. Now, slowly, they begin to move forward. I'll go. I'll go with you. Please, take me with you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I should have noticed sooner. Suzuha gently embraces me, as if to warm my frozen heart. The wind blows, the clouds flow and change shape. Sunset. The sky is so terribly orange. The color of dawn. The color of dusk. The color of the world's end. The color of the world's beginning. While daughter was repairing the time machine, I let my mind rest. I avoided all contact, slept like a log, and tried to piece my soul back together. On the afternoon of the 13th, I received word that the repairs were complete. I sent an email calling all members to a meeting. Then, as everyone else gathers at the lab, I head for Radicon alone. Suzuha is waiting there, standing before the time machine with glistening eyes. She gives me one last warning. Remember, this time machine only goes on one way. Once we leave, there's no coming back. Even so, will you still come with me? I slowly nod. And you? Are you sure about this? There's a good chance we'll both lose our memories during the leap. You said it took me 24 years to remember. But this time, I have you. Something might change. Wishful thinking. Does that mean you're backing out? I'm going, no matter what. No. I've made up my mind. I don't know how it will turn out. You're certainly at a disadvantage. But still, I never thought I'd be so thankful to not know what's coming next. It's so stimulating. It sends shivers down my spine. I feel like I'm actually here. Did you tell everyone? I bid them farewell. Mayuri, Toru, Kurisu. I left them a handwritten letter. The lab is probably chaos by now. I also mailed letters to my parents and my friends at school, telling them to not look for me. My parents will probably be sad, but this time I'm not running away. I want to believe I'm not running away. Anyway, rather. You know. Suzuha stands next to me, looking at the time machine. She finally smiles, though her eyes still shine with unshed tears. It's kind of like we're eloping. There's nothing to feel guilty about. In fact, I want to thank you, Suzuha. If you hadn't invited me, I'd still be in the loop, living like a corpse. So, thank you, Suzuha. Let's fight to change the future. Together. Yeah, we clasp our hands. Suzuha's grip is so strong it kinda hurts. But the pain tells me I'm alive. Nobody sends us off. Nobody could. This is a one-way trip through time. Once we go, there's no coming back. 1975. That's before I was even born. We're headed for the past. No. For a future that has yet to be written. Not the world line Suzuha left. Nor the world line she desired. We were reaching for an entirely new future. 70s Chevy time machine time. Stop. Our eyes meet. Our hands clasped tightly. Let's go. Yeah. The time has come for us to depart. Our mission to change 35 years of history. We boldly lift our heads, ready to challenge fate. Together. Welp. We got to one ending. God damn, I really should have saved at that point. Luckily, I don't think it would take too bad to just click through to get back to it. I know what I need to do as well. Ugh. Welp. Ending 1. 5 more to go. Woo. Damn. Steins Gate for Steam. I just realized this is gonna be copyrighted to hell. It's gonna be muted on even Twitch. Oh well. Can I skip? No. Wished I was streaming tonight so that he could gush about it a bit after you raid him. Yeah, that would have been nice, but he's not, is he? Yeah. I'm not entirely sure who I'll raid, but that's a later problem. I'm not done streaming yet. Kinda sucks that I can't skip through this. So, what are your thoughts, Spooky, on what the fuck just happened? Cause it's been a time. It's definitely been a time. Might as well talk about it while tapping through. Irreversible reboot completed. Woo. Yay. Okay, that's cool. Got a bunch of stuff from getting to the first ending. Damn it. Only 2 hours and 10 minutes of content to click through. Not too bad, but not exactly ideal. Mayuki straight up volunteered as tribute to go with Suzu. Who the fuck's Mayuki? And no one thought about that. I mean, the thing is with that is that that wouldn't, you know, prevent Mayuri from dying, you know? Because, like, the whole point of them getting the IBM 5100 is to prevent her death. So. Do-do-do. Click, 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 click. How long? Okay. This is risky, because, yeah. I'll do it in bursts, because I don't want to skip too much and then, like, miss. But we also, like, 2 hours is a lot of content, you know? the fuck is that? Am I not allowed to skip through this? Or maybe I put on... Well, no, I don't have an F3 key. Okay, that was weird. I'll just rapid click. I think I'm kind of close anyway. But yeah, I think the reason why the IBM 5100 disappeared was because of him stopping Suzuha. Wee. Honestly, I think it's really funny that Mighty figured it out. I'll go back to skipping. Yeah. This is fine. Yep, Daru. Father. Okay, now I'm gonna just go back to clicking because I don't want to skip it. This is so much fun. Kind of scared of how different it will be. Just a reminder, yeah. See you. I think I go back to this. So much faster. Okay. I don't remember how much longer there is between this and then the thing. We'll be fine, I think. I think after I notice the scene change, then I'll go back to clicking for sure. God, it kind of sucks to go through this shit again, but like, I definitely don't want to miss the part, and I feel like it'd be super easy to get too far. Okay. Okay. Getting there. We can't just leave it like this. I have to do something. Look at that. Balkarina, are you sure? Don't try to stop me, my dream. I can't let this stand. There are two options. I can cancel the email that convinced me to pursue Suzuha. Sending a contradictory email should do the trick. Or I can time leap again and prevent Suzuha from leaving. Two options, but really just one. Do not hesitate, Okaberu and Taro. Hesitation is unforgivable. You already know what you must do. Stop pursuit. Last mail. Eastern trap. That should be enough to convince me to let Suzuha go. Kurisu, you're good at remembering dates, aren't you? Huh. Well, sure. When did we throw that party for Suzuha? 4 days ago, August 9th. You're sending a email, Okudin? But won't that make everything disappear? 4 days. It may not sound like much, but in that time we forged a definite bond with Suzuha. To send those emails to sever that bond. I know that. Can I pull up my phone? No. No, I just need to send it. I start up the microwave. The discharge begins immediately. I place my thumb on the send button. Are you sure? Yes. Mary's voice is choked with tears. Our memories of Suzuha will disappear. Is that really okay? Yeah. Memories flash through my head. Being with you guys, even just for a little while, was great. I'm going to finish what you started on. I promise. Well, see you in 35 years. I guess it'll only be a few hours for you guys. Ahaha. Change the future. Please. Suzuha, I've made my choice. I won't ask for your forgiveness. Ultimately, I'm doing this to save my Iri. But at the same time, the words you spoke on that rooftop are still strong in my heart. You entrusted me to your hope for the future. If I am to honor that wish and fulfill mine, though the time we spent together can never have happened. There we go. Okay, divergence is increased to 40. And now we're just starting chapter 7. Whew. Okay. So the question is, do we end here? Because we just started chapter 7. We've already been at this for 3 hours, so I think, yeah. We'll go ahead and save here. I'll overwrite this one. Because that was just me being a dummy. Yeah, end here for the night. We got to chapter 7. Next week will be a fun... I'll be doing a donathon next week, so I don't know what anything will be like as far as, like, regular streaming goes and whatnot. But, yeah. Yeah, today's been a time. It's really been quite the time. Time. Yeah. Well, let's see. It was a lot. Yeah, it really was. Who to raid? Do you happen to have any raid suggestions, Spooky? I know you follow some people that I don't. Like, I have a few options, but I'd rather see if I can get more. A Quiet Size playing Splatoon 3 and Dial M for Mac is playing Little Nightmares. Does Dial M for Mac play off of a Mac? But anyways, I'll take a peek at them. I'm gonna take a guess that there aren't supposed to be spaces in between these names, by the way. Because usually spaces aren't a thing in usernames. Yeah, okay. Usernames aren't exactly case sensitive, by the way. At least on Twitch. It doesn't really matter. Um, hmm. They aren't. I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic or not, and if you are being sarcastic, I generally do not appreciate that at this time. It looks like Dial M for Mac like just ended their game. I'm seeing credits rolling, so perhaps not them. But if you guys are interested in watching some Splatoon, I'll go ahead and read A Quiet Sigh. They look cute. Might as well. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're gonna be rating A Quiet Sigh. I hope you guys enjoyed this a lot. And I'll catch you all next time. Not tomorrow. I won't be streaming tomorrow, which is why I'm doing Steins Gate today. I'll see you guys on Sunday with whatever wins the poll. I think Kid Icarus is in the lead, but I honestly haven't checked in a bit. But yeah. Bye bye.